Greetings to one and all. Now, you'll have to bear with me. This is the first I'm ever doing this. I'm not that technically, I like to write, because writing empowers the mind. But I felt compelled to do this. As a Rasta, certain things has been happening, especially in Battersea, for instance, where my children and grandchildren are. Now, we had one young man viciously killed on Saturday. We are now on Thursday, and another young man is gone. Now, this has become a situation where there's a lot of negativity among our youth, amongst black people in general, that needs to be looked into. They have a saying, wipe the matter out of your own eye first before you wipe it out to others. Okay? Now, we need to look at this and look at it hard, especially all the big men out there my age who have children and grandchildren. We need to rein them in now and deal with them. The government won't let us do it, but we need now to start take a stand and deal with this. And that means even if you have to search them now, whatever. They have a saying, sometimes you got to be cruel to be kind. And I think this needs to be done now. Okay? All of those mothers as well and think who, when their young children come in, for instance, when I was a young man at 16 years old, I didn't have a job. I was just finishing school. If I came home with over £100 and gave my mother, the first question would be, where the hell did you get that from? Take it back where you got it from. The difference is now, the parents are taking it and saying, oh, my son's got me this and my son's got me that. By the time they reach a certain age, they're now the man of the home and you can't talk to them. This needs to change. We need to start changing ourselves from within now and dealing with this situation. Yes, the government has a lot to blame for the way they stop us from discipline and dealing with our children. Obviously, we don't want you to brutalize the children, but discipline is the order of the day here. Yes? And culture. We need to get some culture in the youth. Now, something happened on Sunday at Brixton Academy. Goddamn disgrace. Yeah? With the way these kids are carrying on. And these artists are not helping. All of this singing about down in a throat and all that business. And then we got women that are out there running off behind these men. What kind of women are you? Yeah? Then you want to carry your children and your grandchildren to meet these guys. What, to teach them how to sing about down in your throat? Come on, man. Wake up, man. And the children are dying now uselessly, senselessly. Yes? And as a Rasta, again, we can't uphold this no more. Yeah? So I think now we need to start getting together now and trying to find a way to deal with this. Yes? And make sure that this is dealt with. The government don't want to listen, so we need to take a stand here. Yes? Because this needs to stop now. Okay? Too many unnecessary deaths. Okay? And then enough people are saying, oh, the police stop and search. Yes, you have policemen out there that are racist. Yes, you have policemen that go above the go over the top. But at the same time, what do you want to happen? It is not white youths out there stabbing up black youths. It's black youths killing black youths. Yeah? So and when they're stopped by the police now, you got some of the same misguided parents saying, oh, you're harassing my son. Well, let me tell you something. I have 7 children. I have 3 boys and 4 girls. And I would rather my son come and tell me that he got stopped 10 times a week rather than having to go and put flowers on his grave. If that's what most of you parents prefer, then good luck to you. But I am not one of those parents that prefer that. Yes? My children and grandchildren live there in Battersea. Right where these 2 children have died. Every time I hear it, I have to be phone to see if my kids are okay. Yeah? Now, this has to stop. Alright? I grew up with this stuff. I am 57 years old. Witnessed my first knife death at 16 years old on St. John's Hill in Battersea. Okay? But that didn't change me. My life carried on the same way till I was 35 years old when that finished with my brethren being shot to death in Armory Way in Wandsworth. Which was the wake-up call. Which made me do the knowledge of London and become a London cab driver, which I have been for the last 24 years. Okay? I am still hearing the same things with youth killing youth. Now, we need to get involved here now. Okay? It doesn't matter whether it's my child or not. This affects us all. It's like the Musketeers. One for all and one for all. Yes? What one do affects the other. So we really need to get a grip of this and stop thinking we need the government to do everything, because the government is not going to do anything. The police officers can't do anything because they're told not to do the stop and search. Now, we have to face reality here. This is too much now. And I say again, what happened at Brixton Academy was a goddamn disgrace. Okay? And then people are going to say, oh, the black youth have nothing to do. Well, hell, if you're going to keep doing that kind of crap, what do you expect? And many of these DJs, and as I said, what you guys are singing, believe you me, children of weak mind influences them. And if we have these guys out here talking about dung in woman's throat or whatever, okay, all this slackness and the whatever they're doing, and then to hear people want to take their grandchildren to meet these guys, what positive are they teaching the children? How to disrespect women, and to also, as I said, the women who flock behind these guys. What kind of woman are you? You have a very low opinion of yourself. You're meant to be like queens, but you're treating yourself like something that should be a shop front in Amsterdam. And that's a lot of the young black girls right now. Okay? And you young black, some of you who got the children, you are not bringing the children any better. When you've got children 3 and 4 years old with ears rings in, young boys, ears ring in their ears, you got them bringing up with certain attitudes. The way they're being dealt with, they're not being taught anything positive. And a lot of you can't see this. And you're wondering why your children are dying or why they're ending up in prison. Because negativity breeds negativity, breeds negativity. And when you have that whole cocktail mix, there's only a couple things left. Murder or jail. This needs to stop. And the only way it's going to stop, we need to stop burying our heads in the sand and deal with this. Stop saying, oh, they haven't got anything to do, blah, whatever. You know, I have never cut my locks yet. I do not shave, yet I've never been without a job since the age of 17 years old. So if the young black youth who can shave and look good, there's nothing stopping him. You have no excuse. But you rather walk the street every day with your trousers around your ankles and your hand down the front of your pants. Yeah, and think you're somebody. But goddamn postcode, you're full of shit. Yeah? All this postcode crap. You don't know nothing here. You don't own a goddamn thing here. And all you guys want to do is walk around every day and claim that you is this and you. No, This is wrong, man. I don't deal with religion, number one. Because religion is the organization of spirituality that is used as handmaiden for conquerors. Religion has brought salvation nowhere. All it brings is death and bloodshed. But if you still think that you can do in going to church, whatever it is, to let you have a positive mind, then do it. Because a lot of you are walking in darkness. And don't blame the white man for your problem. A lot of you are walking in darkness and you're listening to darkness. A lot of these so-called DJs you want to listen to and hip-hop whoever with their crap. And you go out and you buy it and you spend money on it. And you behave like it. The carnival will soon be here. And many of you will be walking in Labrador Grove with bottles of rum in your hand and all kind of business because you think this is the way. Yeah? You think this is the way. But no, it's not, man. You guys need to check yourself, and a lot of the parents need to check themselves too. All of us need to, even me. I'm no different. All of us need to check ourselves. Because we've allowed this rubbish to carry on. Yeah? And again, you know, you can't go out there and say, no, the government this and the government that. To hell with the government. Now mothers again now going to have to bang them belly now and wail. Why? Because their children has died over stupidness. Utter stupidness. And then the courts. What does the courts do? Oh, we can't do this. The white do-gooders are out there. Oh, yes, but you can't be doing this to the black. No, man. Discipline. Prevention is better than cure. Okay? I grew up in a time in the West Indies where I'm telling you, I've never been hit by my mother yet in my life. But the lashes I got, my grandmother, my uncles, things like this, these are the people I had to deal with. If I see an elder person nowadays, for example, there's a white gentleman I know, I call him Mr. Rough, and every time he sees me, he says, my name is Stanley, and I said to him, you will die and never hear me call you Stanley. Me and you never pitched marbles together. You and I weren't born together. You're my elder. A lot of the youth don't have no respect for them elders. But then a lot of the elders are not helping because them don't respect themselves. Some of the elders want to be like the youth. And that is no good. We are mixed up in everybody's business except our own. We take on everybody else's cultural ideals except our own. And wonder why we're suffering, why we're going through this. I mean, look, let's look at this thing good. You can go to a place like Southall, where most of the people are of Asian descent, who stick to their culture and the way they're brought up. And how many of this do you hear happening? But when you get the young Asian kid that strays from the path, he now ends up in the same problem. The same as the young white kid in the north of England, where there are no black kids, from they stray from the path. This is the situation. Yeah? So, again, as it said, wipe the matter out of your own eye first before you wipe it out to others. And black people, open your eyes, wake up, stop blaming everybody else. We're at fault here. Yeah? Give the youth them some pride and some culture about them, and try and take away this negativity from them. Yes? You know, every day you see the kids coming from school. I guarantee you most of the chicken shops. You look at the color of the kids out there. Look at the kids out there. Eh? You know, sorry about that. But I just got cut there a minute, but I'm back. Yes, you look at the children out there now. Okay? And you look at the way they dress. Again, look at all the young black girls now. Look at the way they're carrying themselves. This negativity is not working. Okay? Have some respect about yourselves, man. Especially the young black girls. And in a way, really, when I say, I should really just say young girls. Forget the color. Okay? But have some respect about yourselves now, man. Try and be the queens you're supposed to be. And what made me do this? This is the first time ever doing this live thing. The matter of a fact of 2 deaths within a week, within yards of where my children and grandchildren live. 2 within a week. How much, you know, we still going to sit here and don't get involved? Especially the elders, the bigger men like myself. Because I'm willing to do it. I may be in my taxi, but I'm willing to do it. I try to teach some of them. I even got them on the knowledge. I teach them for nothing. Just to get them out of the street. And some of you parents, some of you women sit there and you allow this slackness and nastiness to come into your life. Yeah? And I know the youth is trying to make a thing. He was there alkaline. I call him alkablind. Because he's blinding the youth them with nastiness. Okay? They're not teaching these kids anything positive. But then again, if you try to, it ain't going to get nowhere. Because it seems like all they want to do is bring negativity to the youth. Yeah? And seriously, I'm sick and fed up of this. And all of you out there who want to sit there, I don't care if you cuss me, whatever. Right now, we need to deal with this shit. All of these young kids, the way they're carrying themselves. Some of these kids, now that young kid was how old? On Saturday, 17? 1 o'clock in the morning, what the hell was he doing out there? And some of these parents, why the hell 13-year-old kids on the street 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning? No. This is not right, man. This is not right, man. You know? And we got, as I said, man, remember, man, you know, our ancestors must be turning in their graves, man, to see the way we've turned out. No care in the world. Not a care. Eh? Look, if you've got guys in Jamaica who would, in the Caribbean, who they hear gunshots every day tell you they don't want to come to England, what does that tell you? Eh? These guys are living sometimes under siege, yet they'll tell you straight. They don't want to come to England, not the way England is. There's something seriously missing. And I truly believe a lot of it has to do with our culture, the way we're carrying ourselves. Yes, the whole heap of, as I said, negativity. Yeah, all the darkness we're mixed up in. And it's producing a lethal cocktail. And unless we now take a stand with this, okay, this is going to keep going and going and going, okay, and it will not stop. And we can't sit here and say, boy, yo, it's nothing to do with me. It's something to do with each and every single one of us, okay? Especially if we have children, grandchildren, or not, cousins, nieces, nephews, whatever. All right? But we got to deal with this, man. We can't sit by now and let this carry on, no matter where in England this is happening. But as I said, the fact of what's happened there now, this is not the first death in Battersea, but now it's becoming ridiculous now. And these kids are killing each other over stupidness. Utter silliness. So we have to now decide what we're going to do. Are we going to let it carry on? Or are we now going to stand up against this? And I assure you, if we did, I don't believe the police would go against us as the elders. Yeah? Because right now their hands are tied, basically. Their hands are tied. Because there's some parent out there, if their kid gets stopped too much, oh, my son's a good boy, my son's this. Enough of them, you hear them saying, oh, God forbid. And look, I am not knocking parents who have lost their children or anything that I can't do that. That won't be right to me to go and start doing that. Okay? But sometimes when you see some of these pictures they put up of these kids and the poses, now a lot of us have grown up. A lot of us have grown up on the street and knows what a gun sign looks like and things like this. Now, when they're taking these kind of pictures, you're telling me your son's a good boy. Well, hang on a minute. Come on, man. Eh? You look at the post, so therefore you're putting yourself, your child is putting themselves in that kind of lifestyle. So, as I say, we got to deal with this now. Yeah? Start getting some culture into these kids now, man. Yeah? Because I'm telling you, they are lost, and they're lost so bad, they can't find their way back. And a lot of this, I truly believe, as long as we as a people neglect our ancestors, we will keep facing what we face. It will not stop. And that means getting back toward the... And I'm not talking about slavery. I'm talking about before slavery. We need to start getting this into our life now and understand what's going on here. Because knowledge is power. And when you know certain things, you will not do certain things. Yeah? As I said, I could have gone a different path. It took me a whole heap of years to learn that. I still have the scars. Okay? From them times. But I am still able to end up doing what I'm doing and become the first black man in this country to ever become a Knowledge of London examiner, the 350 years of the London cab trade. I'm the first black person to do that. And done it as a Rasta. So as I said before, if you can shave and cut your hair and look good, you have no excuse. But, you know, but to each and every one out there, love and peace to you. Yeah? And let me try now and deal with this situation now. Please. Because this has got to stop.